Welcome to the CE Pro podcast. I'm Executive Editor Arlen Schweiger. It's safe to say the product development team at Crestron has been super busy in recent months as the big automation company has rolled out new loudspeaker and audio products, lighting solutions, power products, work from home wares, and more to broaden its ever-expanding Crestron Home platform for dealers and their customers. Michael Short, Director, Residential Marketing at Crestron, shares why all of this has come together and what's ahead in this week's CE Pro podcast episode. As always, be sure to subscribe to CE Pro's YouTube channel and hit that like button on our videos, or subscribe to the CE Pro podcast on Apple and Spotify and leave a review. Michael Short, Director of Marketing Residential at Crestron Electronics. Thanks so much for joining the CE Pro podcast.
Awesome. Great to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm excited about the conversation.
So Michael, we're certainly very excited to have you on because Crestron has just been super busy on the product development side, with just all sorts of announcements, say over the last even 6+ months or so. A lot of them expanding on the Crestron Home platform, which we know has been a huge success for the company. So just for starters, can you tell us, what some of those influences and motivations have been on the Crestron side with all the engineering and the research and development to, come up with all of these new solutions in a bunch of different categories?
Yeah, no problem. Well, it's really funny, it has been an incredible year for us with regards to sort of innovation and product development, and we've really come out with a ton of new products and solutions. But in reality, it's kind of business as usual for us. It's what we're built on here at Crestron. We always talk about us as a company, where we like to pioneer, we're innovators, so our like North Star is based around always creating technology and not stopping, and aiming to improve the way that people live both at home and in the office, and making people's lives better. So that's kind of, it's our underlying culture. So when we talk about sort of what our guiding factors might be, I suppose the first thing is it's kind of what we do here at Crestron, and we're super proud of that sort of pioneering, innovative place that we have within the industry. But then when we look specifically maybe about this last year and the factors that have been really guiding our evolution, I think the big thing, as you mentioned, is the Crestron Home operating system. And we launched just over 2 years ago now. It's been a crazy 2 years, but we've launched just over 2 years ago. And the premise of that entire platform is all about evolution. And it gave us the ability from an operating system to not just stand still. And we've done updates now every sort of 5 to 6 weeks over the past 2 years, bringing new solutions to clients. The platform's growing. It's built on this movement of always going forward. And that's the big thing that's been driving us over the last year is improving that operating system to drive both benefits to our dealers and the clients. And off the back of the operating system, that's what's triggered the rest of the products that we're going to talk a little bit about today. NAX, battery powered shades, the power controllers, the list goes on. They're all built natively for the Crestron Home operating system. So that really guiding factor has been the fact that we launched the OS, and that's given us the ability to really drive forward at speed and produce products and solutions that continue to evolve the solution. And it feels quicker now because of the fact that it's based on software. All these additions can come quicker because of the fact that we're able to move faster and faster. And then, you talk about that guiding factor. What are the other things? Of course, it's about the customer. We always focus on that experience. Again, we'll touch on it later, but battery powered shades. We want to be able to give the customer a Crestron solution throughout the home and shading solutions in every area. So that allowed us to do that. You look at NAX and the audio solutions. It's all about giving the customer a better experience. And then other factors, market trends. COVID forced everyone to work from home, and everyone is still working from home. And that's been a key factor in improving the way that, we can help people work from home and live better. So, those types of market trends have helped us and guided us over the past year in terms of where we want to be. And then things like we're launching our LED light fixtures. Well, we just launched them. Tunable lighting has been around for 10 years. So, for us, we needed to fill that part of our product catalog that didn't exist, but obviously not launch with something that is the norm and evolve that and improve that. So again, following market trends is something that we're looking to do, as well as making the market. So there's lots of things we've been lots of things we've been doing, lots of things that drive us. But I suppose in a nutshell, they're the key factors this year that have been moving us forward.
Sure. So, let's start with those tunable LED fixtures, because that is a category, speaking of market trends that, naturally what CE Pro has been seeing, I'm sure is the same thing that Crestron has been hearing. Just the lighting category has been just huge these days. So on the lighting side, what can integrators and customers expect from these fully tunable LED fixtures that were announced, just a couple of months ago in February? And also, I wanted to ask you about, and we can have you kind of discuss this, but we've seen it a lot tied into the whole wellness technology trend as well. So where does that fit in the mix in terms of how integrators can discuss that topic with clients?
I mean, it is super exciting. They're bringing these tunable fixtures to the market for us is a huge move for us. It's like you said, a market that's existed for a long time, maybe 10 years now. Tunable fixtures have been around, and they're getting better and better, and we're really pleased to be bringing our own fixtures to the market. So let me start by talking a little bit maybe about the two areas that the fixtures sort of are based around, and that's the fixtures themselves, and then secondly the operating system. And then maybe I can move on to how that ties into the wellness solutions, because health and wellness is a huge trend right now, and again something that we're really excited to be talking about, because we've been doing a lot of these health and wellness solutions for a long time, but maybe we've not talked about them often enough or in the right way that clients and customers really have pieced the puzzle together when you look at wellness. So to start with the fixtures, really exciting. We announced them, like you said, a couple of months ago. They're coming to market and shipping late summer, but we're really talking about them nice and early to our customers, because we really want them to start to understand what these fixtures can do and what the solution looks like, really get them up to speed and train our dealer base as much as we can on lighting and designing by light and what these fixtures can do. So we've started to talk about them really early. So the fixtures themselves, yep, we're bringing our own fixtures to the market. It's a modular compact design that will provide flexibility for the dealers with regards to both control and design. So there'll be things like adjustable wall wash, fixed frame, pinhole fixtures, multiple enclosure possibilities, square and round trims. So this fixture is a modular approach that gives real flexibility to the dealers. But we're also announcing, and you would have heard about this as well, that we're partnering with other fixture manufacturers. Now, really exciting, in about 4 to 5 weeks, we're going to be announcing who our initial fixture partners are. And this is really important for us, because we know that when you're designing a lighting solution for a home, one fixture doesn't fit every home or every design application. So we want to give dealers the options to be able to really truly look at lighting design and have options with the fixtures they can use. So our fixtures partners will get the Crestron DMX-C driver. That's what's powering the Crestron Home operating system solution within the fixture. So they'll have that driver, and it extends everything you could expect from the operating system into those fixtures. So again, more opportunity for dealers to pick and choose and have that flexibility of solution when it comes to lighting. So that's the fixture itself. But really, like, the magic sauce that we're bringing to market here, and something that is very different to the competition, let's say, is what we're doing with the actual operating system for both the dealers and the customers. So of course, the experience that you're going to get with the operating system is to have full color control and tuning within Crestron Home. So you'd expect, as you'd expect from all LED fixtures, color, hue, saturation, temperature, intensity. But what we're doing with the operating system is giving really easy control and configuration to the dealer. So we're simplifying the whole tunable LED lighting solution. So let's say when it comes to human-centric lighting, which is the wellness aspect we're talking about, to program human-centric lighting in a traditional tunable fixture, it is a lot of hard work. You're programming individually these fixtures. You're doing a lot of work behind the scenes to make it happen. What we've done is we've brought that configuration within the Crestron Home operating system so that you simply can activate the circadian settings from within the app, pairing the rooms, pairing the fixtures themselves. So you can set up circadian settings with a simple one-touch process where you can choose when to start circadian rhythm in the morning, when to finish it in the evening, which rooms you tick them, which rooms you want it to affect. So it's really simplifying that deployment of and configuration of a tunable fixture. So human-centric lighting is coming to the experience, something that we call Solar Sync, which is based around a Crestron solar sensor that sits on the outside of the home, and that replicates the color temperature outside and brings it into the system. So you can truly bring the outside in and replicate the lighting outside. And of course, the ability to have really precise control of color when it comes to lighting artwork, or maybe you have a car garage and you want to specifically light up all your Ferraris or Porsches. You're having the ability to really fine tune and control that, but it's a simple configuration through the operating system. So that simple commissioning and integration is really the fantastic element on the backside of the operating system for our dealers, where we're really trying to make it super easy to have the implementation. So there's tons more to talk about with the fixtures, but in essence, that's the really exciting stuff about them. The fact is that with the operating system, that control is super easy and really intuitive.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be a great solution for dealers. I'm sure they're going to love being able to just have all the various different types of lighting accents in the home and really expand their lighting portfolio and all the projects around that. Now, that also goes hand in hand with another hot category, which is motorized shades. And in the fall, I believe it was, Crestron added battery-powered shades to the line, which also makes a whole lot of sense for your ecosystem. So, Michael, what can you tell us about some of the capabilities and features of those new battery-powered shades and where they fit into the mix?
Sure, and I think that the really interesting part to the shading options, and I'll talk about the battery-powered shades because it is a really important category, is actually how shades actually wrap into the health and wellness topic we were mentioning above. But so the battery-powered shades, essentially, we're rounding out our line and our portfolio. We've needed and wanted to bring to market for a long time a battery-powered shade solution because we know that there are places in the home where battery shades are required. You just simply can't run wires everywhere. If it's a retrofit job, it's really difficult to put wires in post living in the home. So we know the importance of battery powered shades to a Crestron solution, and therefore we were very excited to bring them out. And it does now round out our solution. We've got wired, wireless, and obviously now battery powered. So it is shading solutions for sort of every space. And two key things here, really. Of course, they have native integration with Crestron Home. So easy to pair, easy to add to the solution. Whether it's retrofit, you simply pair the device and you can add them in, which again, really easy part of what Crestron Home is all about. And then the second thing is the installation is exactly the same as our dealers expect from our wired solutions. So there's nothing different with regard to how you install them into a house. But where the batteries are actually placed within the shade is one of the key elements that we're talking about for the battery powered solution. They're really discreetly tucked underneath the fascia. And that's unique to us because many other battery shades options, the batteries are hidden up on top. They're in an awkward position, or you sometimes have to take the entire shade off the wall to change the batteries. And it can be a little bit difficult in some homes. So we've provided a solution whereby the batteries simply pull down from under the fascia and you can take them out really easy. Customers can do them themselves, clients can do them. And it really is a simple solution for changing the batteries. And then with the battery sides, with the battery solution, we also, because it's so well connected to the Crestron Home solution, you get notified when the battery level is low. So it really gives both the customer and the dealer a way to control exactly how and when the batteries might need changing, and it places a really nice solution for them to be able to go in and actually make those changes and make sure everything's running smoothly. So really the battery solution, it's about rounding out our portfolio and having something that allows us to have shades in every area of the home. And at the same time we actually launched the shades, we actually launched 400 new fabrics as well. So we gave, you know, our dealers and clients options with both the shades and with the fabric choice. So shading has been a really, really important solution this year. And I wanted to touch on the health and wellness aspect though, because sometimes people don't tie shades into the health and wellness solution in the home. And I think it's an important discussion to have, because shades actually do two things. They work in sync with lighting, tunable lighting, when we talk about human-centric solutions that really help with people's circadian rhythm, you know, support how you can sleep better, and that topic around getting more energy throughout the day by having perfect light, feeling sleepy at night because you get the orange hues as the sun's going down. But shades play an important part in this, because in the morning you want the shades to open to let the natural light in so that you don't need to use the light fixtures. So it's really important to think of shading as part of that health and wellness lighting solution, because it plays a big part in helping circadian rhythm and helping match the natural light that we really need. And the second thing is something called biophilia. You know, humans have an innate feeling towards nature. We feel better when we're outdoors. We feel better when we're feeling at one with nature. And what shades do in all of these amazing houses that our dealers work in is they open those windows, and then we have these big glass windows that let the outside in. And shades play a huge part in opening and getting people to see nature outside at the right times of day. So I think that not only is the battery powered shades a really great product around our solution, but it ties so nicely into the health and wellness aspects of lighting and shading as well. And it's something that we're going to continue to talk about and educate the market about, because we really need to start having that conversation.
Sure, absolutely. And I think about, you know, so many of the Crestron projects that come in to CE Pro from your dealers. And, you know, I was thinking the exact thing that you just mentioned with, you know, just super large windows. A lot of them, they're near lakes and the ocean and just all these great natural views to preserve and bring into the home. It's an excellent discussion point, I think.
It really, really is. And I
Yeah,
think that, you know, as the health and wellness topic continues to grow, we're going to be able to have these conversations with customers a lot more with regards to, you know, the shades aren't there just to block light out. They're there to let light in and to connect you with nature. And when you look at the architecture and design of many of these homes, they're all trying to connect with nature. They're all trying to look out over beautiful landscapes, and shades help bring the outside in by correct timing, correct scene setting, everything that we can do within Crestron. And it's really important. And then when you go one step further, when you add in air quality, and when you add in thermal comforts, water quality, looking at how you can maintain power in the home and control power through Crestron Home, how you look at the acoustic and visual environments, you know, indoor nature walls that have speakers behind the scenes so that they sound like you're outside, security that bring peace of mind. Like this health and wellness story, we could talk for hours just on that topic, and maybe we should at some point, but it's a hugely important part of the smart home solution that we need to be talking about.
definitely. And, you know, you talk about the loudspeaker aspect of it. That audio has certainly been a category that Crestron's been a leader in for years when it comes to distributed audio. So I wanted to ask you, going into that, you know, kind of off topic from wellness a little bit, although some, you know, would say that having great audio in a home is really a wellness benefit. I certainly would.
I
But
totally agree.
you know, when it comes to the latest endeavors that Crestron has had with audio, let's start with the loudspeaker and subwoofer introductions that you've had. That you guys have collaborated with certainly another leading brand, Origin Acoustics. So I want to ask you a little bit about, you know, how that collaboration came about, and then, you know, if you could just tell us a little bit about some of those new products that have been announced on the loudspeaker and subwoofer side.
Totally. Well, I mean, the Origin Acoustics partnership is It's absolutely wicked, to be honest, because these guys, that company, an incredible company, a great group of people who develop really the finest, architectural products, speaker products, on the market. And the partnership itself, it kind of came together because of that reason. They're an incredible company focused on premium quality, and our two companies really complemented each other. So their heritage in audio and their sort of leadership in the market with innovating audio solutions, not just the quality of the speakers, but even when you go down to the way they get installed and their painted installation technology, like these guys are real pioneers. And excuse me, if you go back to what I said at the beginning around what makes our heart tick and what makes us really move forward, those two companies, we really align perfectly with that innovation and pioneering, technology outlook. So it kind of made sense for us to partner with them. And what we've done is over a long period of time, we collaborated and innovated to build Crestron speakers that are made by Origin Acoustics, but they are Crestron speakers. Nobody else in the market gets the Crestron speakers made by Origin, because they do have other speaker lines, but the Crestron ones are pioneered and built together in harmony with the Crestron solution. So the partnership has been fantastic. It's growing. You've seen this year we've launched so many more audio products, and we have some amazing stuff to come over the next 6 months as well. So it's a really, really important product line for us, an important partnership, and we're super excited about how that's going to grow over the next years and years to come. So the speakers themselves, expertly engineered, really specific selected materials, quality materials, like everything that Crestron produces. And they're aimed at just really, really bringing to market these high performance audiophile speakers that are constructed for like that incredible sound, but also to support the dealers on how they install, and to also support designers so that they look great in these rooms as well. So super high performance, amazing quality, but tick other boxes as well. So when you say, what have we brought to market? Well, we have a whole array of speakers, and actually we have an entire line that ticks everything from in ceiling, in wall, landscape. We've got subs, we've even got marine grade speakers, and they fall into two categories. One is the reference range, and one is the ultimate range. Both obviously the highest level quality, but with the ultimate, it really offers, as in the name says, the ultimate level performance for our dealers. But having the two ranges gives our dealers the options to choose exactly what level and who they're dealing with, and looking at the client on what they might want. So it's been an incredible year for us from an audio standpoint. And we're just really excited to have this range of speakers out there, because as you touched on, speakers also play into that health and wellness category. They make people feel better in the home and live better, whether you're having a barbecue and a huge party outside, or entertaining inside, or in your theater, or in your work from home office. You really need to have audio solutions that can tick all the boxes in all these spaces. And that's what we're doing with Origin, is we're making speakers that really do fulfill the needs of an entire home solution. And it's super exciting for us. And with the stuff we've got coming, we can't wait to tell the market about it. But yeah, it's a really exciting time from an audio standpoint.
Sure. Now, as a complementary product, certainly falling into the digital media category that Crestron has had for a long time now, you guys also introduced the NAX, the 4-zone streaming preamplifier. So could you tell us a little bit about how that product differs a little bit from previous or other distributed audio solutions in the Crestron lineup?
Sure. Well, you kind of hit the nail on the head when you mentioned NVX. So where this differs really is that it's putting audio on the network. So this is audio over IP. So we've essentially made audio distribution super simple. So it's built on the same platform, as you said, as NVX. So it provides everything you'd expect from an NVX application, but with audio. So flexibility, scalability, performance, and really great integration. So that's with not only the Crestron Home operating system, but integration with things like streaming partners, integration with our speakers, so natively tuned for our residential speaker lane. So it really is that solution that simplifies audio distribution. And you touched on it a little bit in terms of the new products, but the NAX 4-zone preamp is a great example of what we're doing with NAX, and it's one of our newest additions to the line. And again, it just is something that offers flexibility to the dealers with regards to how they get audio on the network. So, I can touch maybe specifically on the 4ZSP if you think that's something you'd like to talk about, because it is a really interesting product.
Yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about that one?
So it's our first preamp in the NAX range, and like I said, it offers more choice for homeowners, integrators who want to put audio on the network. So from a dealer standpoint, it's slimmer in form factor. It's 1 RU, but it's similar functions to the NAX full amplifiers, like the 8ZSP, for example, 8ZSA, sorry, for example, that came out earlier on in the line. So it's a 4-zone streaming preamp, so natively integrated with Crestron Home, and is interoperable with AES67 and Dante audio network. And it uses hardwired connections, but requires no custom network or architectural hardware. So it can seamlessly be connected to existing amps in retrofit jobs and new builds. So it's really giving clients and therefore dealers the options with regards to how they want to get the audio on the network, because you can use an existing amp, or if a client is an absolute audiophile and has a particular amp in mind that they want to use, you can keep that in place and use the 4ZSP for that solution. So it really has this interoperability where it allows integrators to specify an entire house worth of audio with like one single device. And again, like I said earlier, that flexibility and scalability is really, really important. And it gives the customers everything they could want from an audio standpoint. They can toggle between TV audio, streaming music profiles, podcasts, alarms, doorbells, chimes, paging with intercoms. It really is that audio solution that works throughout the home. And we've got more to come. NAX has only just started. A bit like the Crestron Home operating system, the NAX platform is all about evolution. So you're going to see more and more products drop in as it evolves and as we develop. It's a really exciting category for us.
Yeah, it definitely sounds that way. So speaking about putting things on the network, another new product from the company, or new products, would be the 12 and 18 outlet network power controllers for power management capabilities. Those were announced back in the fall. This is a category. Why was this an important endeavor for Crestron to add this category into the mix? And what are some of the functionalities that these products bring to the Crestron Home portfolio and to the dealers?
I mean, I love this product, and the way that we've taken the product and woven it into the operating system is super, super exciting. To answer your first question, so power controllers, again, not new to the market. We know that there are other power controllers out there, other network power controllers out there. So of course, we needed to bring something to market that was a Crestron product that works natively with Crestron, because for us, it's important to fill these gaps in the product line where we know that we can add value to the solution. And that's where the power controllers themselves connected to Crestron Home really adds that extra level of experience, a bit like when we were talking about the fixtures and the operating system. We're able to go beyond what is actually available with the competition, with the fact that we have the operating system. So first of all, I suppose the power controllers themselves, what they do, it's all about empowerment for both our dealers and our customers, and making their lives easier, making dealers' lives easier with regards to looking after the homes that these products go in. So the power controllers natively work with Crestron Home, and they essentially are going to allow the customers to have a level of control within the system where they can resolve simple power issues themselves. And I suppose it's twofold. First of all, they're supposed to self-heal. Power controllers are supposed to do everything for you. And just like the Crestron power controllers, they do that. So they do things like ping monitoring, scheduling. They can preset automatic power cycles to detect problems and fix problems, preset periodic power cycles to keep problematic devices up running. They can have adjustable turn on delays. So all those things are about self-healing. So hopefully all those little problems and troubleshooting problems naturally self-heal with the power controls. But we also know that that doesn't always happen and isn't always the case. So that's when we look at the operating system and how we can give empowerment to both the dealers and clients with regards to the operating system. When we launched something called the Device Health Dashboard. Now, this sits within Crestron Home, and what it does is twofold. First of all, it allows the customer, let's say they've got their Skybox, that's what we call them in the UK, but you understand what I'm talking about, and the Skybox or the Apple TV locks up. Now, many times in those situations, historically, the dealer might have to roll a truck to go and fix the problem. But what the Device Health Dashboard does within Crestron Home is allows the customer to press and hold on their dashboard the power button, and it will ask them, would you like to power cycle this device? And in many cases, this is step one in fixing these simple troubleshooting issues that can happen with devices such as those. So we're allowing the customer to have that level of control to power cycle. I do it at home. It's incredible. I'm sure many people listening go and unplug the TV, unplug the Skybox, because we know that a simple power cycle fixed the problem. So we're putting that power cycling into Crestron Home to empower the customer to be able to do that themselves. The second layer to this within the Device Health Dashboard is giving the dealers access to all of their Crestron Home solutions that they've got power controllers in. This means that within the Crestron Home operating system, they can go in and they can pick the house, my house, your house, and they can see whether there are any devices offline and very visually go in and look at those solutions and say, okay, I can see that everything's running correctly, but the Apple TV has locked up. And therefore the dealer can push power cycle themselves from away from the home and do that themselves to rectify the problem. Then the Device Health Dashboard, there's an update coming this month, there's an update coming in 4 or 5 weeks' time that is allowing even more elements of control for devices on the network, all within the dashboard. So the solution, the power controllers, really are adding this constant evolution to both the product line and the operating system. And it's such a great solution. It looks great when you actually go to manage the devices, and it has real benefits to the dealers and the customers. It's really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, those sound very exciting for the dealers out there. I'm sure they're really loving that introduction there. Now, another topic that we haven't hit on yet, but one that has certainly just dominated the industry over the past couple of years, is certainly the influence of the work from home environments, the hybrid office. Companies are still dealing with how they want to have kind of a hybrid space for their employees, and for the employees themselves. There's certainly a lot that needs to be done to enhance their own capabilities at home when they're at work for the whole day technologically. So, that's been a big topic over the last couple of years, and Crestron, I know, has been just right at the forefront of this. So tell us a little bit more about how Crestron has addressed this big trend.
Totally. I mean, it's going nowhere, right? We're all going to be working from home from a hybrid standpoint for the foreseeable future, and I can't see how that's going to change anytime soon, and it won't. It's going to continue. So it's really important for us to be thinking about how can we make the work from home and the home office a solution that actually helps people live better at home. So it's not just about the ability to connect to the office and have this perfect office setup whereby we have fantastic cameras, fantastic audio solutions, the ability to have Crestron Teams phones in the office. We have the MM30R, which is a conferencing solution made for work from home. So it's not just about those devices, and we can touch on them, but it's about how do you make that experience of that home office really help your work-life balance. And there are loads of ways that we're looking at doing this, and it's going to be something we're going to continue to talk about over the next 6 months and beyond. So I suppose there's two things. The first is, of course, we're coming out with products and solutions native to Crestron Home that will make that home office experience seamless as you're connecting to the main office, or you're connecting like we are now on Zoom. I touched on the MM30R, that's a tabletop device, a conferencing solution that has incredible audio quality for meetings such as this, and also allows you to see the Crestron Home OS on the device itself. A bit like our touch screens or on your phone, you get full access to your home on the touchscreen. But why that's important is because it allows you to have quick actions, let's say, for a meeting that might be starting. So let's say you want to one touch start a meeting. You can do that on our devices. You can do that on your computer. But what you can do when you touch on the MM30R and you press start meeting is you can activate scenes within your office. So I can see right now in your room, you've got your shades closed and you've got your lights nice and high so that you look great on this call, because it's not just about how you sound. We all want to look our best on these Zoom calls that we're constantly having, or these Teams calls that we're constantly having. So what we're doing is we're integrating scenes that will allow you, so when you start a meeting, it will naturally lower those shades for you. It will bring that light to that perfect intensity whereby we know that I feel like I'm looking good on this meeting, and everyone in the room who's watching me gets that experience. And of course, when we finish this meeting, you want your shade to go back up. You want natural light in that room, because we need natural light to feel better. But what happens right now in people's home offices, they'll draw those curtains or those shades and they'll start the meeting, and the meeting will finish and they'll sit there in the same artificial light with those shades down, because you have to move to go and put your shades up or press a button. So we're bringing that experience to the office table at home. The simple ability to start a meeting, bring that environment in, change the temperature or moderate the condition of the temperature, to do all those aspects, but at one touch of a button, seamlessly and automate it. So that's where we're going with the home offices. It's not just about these devices that make meetings happen easier, and they are really important, and these home solutions are going to get better and better, and we're going to be bringing in more of what we're doing for the big commercial environment into the home office, but it's integrating it into that perfect environment so that when you're working from home, it really does control that environment for you, so you can have a perfect meeting. Even little things like at home, we've all had that problem where we're sat and the door's closed and your wife or the kids run in because they don't know you're on an important call. So why can't we have at-home signage outside your office that tells people that you're on a call, rather than sticking a piece of paper on the door saying, on a webinar, please don't enter? So we're starting to think about how we can bring that environment in to make that perfect work from home solution, because ultimately that's going to make us live better and feel better. And what is a Crestron Home? It's about living better in your house and living well. So work from home is a key aspect of that. So it's an exciting space for us. Lots more to come, lots more to talk about on that space. But yeah, it's not going away, and neither are the Crestron solutions for it.
Right. So just so much going on with Crestron Home these days. Michael, I was just wondering, I know that you guys had your Crestron Next Tour that's really highlighted the platform. Can you just talk a little bit about what what the company is hearing, when they're direct communications with dealers, in terms of, feedback that you're getting on solutions that have come out, solutions that they still maybe want to see down the road this year or are hoping for, just anything about their experiences that are sort of, validating what you're doing and kind of, leading you to where, they might like to see you go.
Sure. So I think that, so we're running these next events, like you said, and if anybody doesn't know about them, it's essentially a road trip that we're taking across the US and across Europe. We're building essentially a huge trade show at cities all over the country. We've done, I think, 8 of them so far. We've got another I want to say 10 to come. And we're talking huge structures where we're showing off all the solutions we've actually talked about here. We launched our fixtures early at the show in an NDA booth where everyone had to sign an NDA to go in and see them. So we're really excited to be bringing our products and solutions to people, and they've been really successful. I think the big thing for us has been that we've been able to connect with people again in a COVID-safe environment. Each event has had anywhere between 200 to 400 people attend. There's training, there's education, there's booth tours. So they've been really great. And I think that one of the biggest takeaways that we've had is that everybody in the industry is craving contact and communication, and you learn so much more when you have a conversation, and it's fantastic to do that in person. And we've had really wonderful feedback about what we're doing. As always, we've had feedback about what we need to do. We love this industry because no one's backwards and coming forwards with regards to what they may want us to look at. But that's what we love to get that feedback, and we're hearing a lot about it. But we've also had great validation in terms of what we've been showing. Health and wellness. So we talked about the fixtures. As we've spoken to dealers about this and about the solutions and about how you can weave in health and wellness into the entire smart home and how these fixtures have those elements and aspects, everybody is realizing, yes, we need this solution. It's a new category. So it's been a really exciting time to talk about them, and it's validated our years and years of efforts of bringing them to market. The battery powered shades, I think the biggest response from most of our dealers was, finally, guys, we've been asking for this for 10 years. So for us, yep, it validated the fact that, yep, we've got it, it's come to market, and we're really excited about it. So feedback has been fantastic. Innovation is key to us, and being able to get the dealers' hands on these products has been really important. So it's something that we've been excited to do, and we're in DC next week, and we're moving on from there to Dallas, to Houston, to Denver, to Salt Lake City, to Nashville, and we'll be back in New York. So there's going to be lots of opportunities for people to come and see us. But I think the biggest takeaway from the tour is that this industry is built on communication. It's built on speaking to dealers and integrators who are out there in the field and know what our clients need, know what our clients want. And for us, the best way to get that feedback is to see the dealers, sit down, talk to them, show them what we're doing, and get that feedback. So it's been an amazing event so far, and we're really excited about it. And look, we've got CEDIA coming in September, which is really exciting, another chance to reconnect. So for us, it's about just getting out there and meeting with people again, finally, and having those conversations. So that's been the biggest part of the events that for us has been so valuable.
Definitely. Well, we would echo those sentiments about seeing people back in, face to face in person. And, on that note, I think it's a good note to end on. And, we'll look forward to hearing more product news and announcements from Crestron throughout the year. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys and what everything is brought to Dallas for the CEDIA Expo in September. So Michael Short from Crestron, thank you so much for joining the CE Pro podcast. And we look forward to more big things from Crestron throughout 2022.
No worries. Thanks for having me.